Welcome to NFM Market Perspectives.
Monday setup, tariff rollback, food price relief, and a big earnings week. Welcome back. In the next few minutes, I will walk you through the S&P 500 pre-market tone, the latest developments in President Trump's tariff rollback on key food items, the most important economic data arriving this week, the earnings lineup, the IPO calendar, the futures landscape, and a look at one exchange-traded fund and two stocks that report this week. S&P 500 pre-market snapshot. Markets open with a steadier tone compared to last week. Technology names are supporting the early mood. Microsoft and Oracle are positive. Nvidia is green and remains one of the strongest semiconductors in today's session. Apple trades near the flat line, while Amazon is slightly red, keeping the consumer group mixed. Tesla is modestly higher and helps stabilize autos. Financials are weaker with the major banks moving lower. Healthcare is split between small gains and moderate losses, while utilities and consumer defensive names are broadly neutral. The bottom line is that leadership is coming from technology and semiconductors, while investors continue to avoid banks and defensive retail. This selective tone reflects caution ahead of major earnings and economic data later in the week. Trump tariffs and policy update. This week begins with a significant policy shift. President Trump signed an order reducing tariffs on several food products, including beef, tomatoes, bananas, coffee, nuts, and coconuts. Officials describe this as an effort to lower grocery bills at a moment when affordability has become a top concern for voters. The exemptions took effect on November 13th and apply to items the United States cannot produce in sufficient quantity. Trade developments also expanded beyond agriculture. The United States and Switzerland confirmed an agreement that reduces tariffs on Swiss imports from 39% to 15%. Switzerland will increase investment in the United States and expand purchases of Boeing aircraft. The reduced rate provides relief to Swiss industries that were heavily affected by earlier tariff hikes. Meanwhile, the one-year truce between the United States and China remains in place. Both countries have paused additional measures on rare earth exports and reciprocal duties. However, the technical details of China's new licensing process have not been finalized. Analysts say China may use licenses as leverage, and exporters have yet to see changes on the ground. Markets will continue monitoring updates closely. At the same time, the Supreme Court is reviewing whether broad emergency powers allow the president to maintain his global tariff structure. If the court does not support the current format, many expect the administration to pursue alternative tools rather than step back from tariffs entirely. For investors, policy uncertainty remains a key driver of sentiment. Economic data to watch this week. The data calendar is heavy and global. Sunday evening delivered major Japanese releases including growth in industrial production. Monday includes European Union forecasts, Canadian housing and consumer price data, the New York Empire Manufacturing Survey, and several Federal Reserve speakers. Tuesday brings United States industrial production, long-term capital flows, and Japanese trade data. Wednesday concentrates European inflation figures, United States building permits, crude oil inventories, and the release of Federal Reserve meeting minutes. Thursday features the Philadelphia Manufacturing Survey, Canadian raw material prices, United States home sales, and Japanese national consumer prices. Friday concludes with retail sales in the United Kingdom, manufacturing and services surveys across Europe, United States purchasing managers data, and the latest readings from the Michigan Consumer Sentiment Survey. Key earnings of the week. This is a very active earnings week across all regions. Monday features British American Tobacco, Grupo Mexico, Lonza Group, Fortescue Metals, Telcom Indonesia, and Li Auto. Tuesday includes Home Depot, PDD Holdings, Xiaomi, Medtronic, Trip.com, Baidu, and Imperial Brands. Wednesday brings Nvidia, TJX, Palo Alto Networks, Deere & Company, Lowe's, NetEase, and Target. Thursday includes Walmart, Intuit, Ross Stores, Viva Systems, Copart, Jacobs Engineering, Warner Music, and Gap. Friday concludes with Meituan, BJ's Wholesale Club, Miniso, Moog, Macy's, and Buckle IPO calendar. This week's listings include Glue Holdings on Wednesday, Regenis Biomaterials on Thursday, Central Band Company on Thursday, and Libra Gaming Operations on Friday. Futures and commodities crude oil is firm with WTI near $59 to $60 and Brent near 64. Natural gas trades around 4.5, gold remains above $4,000 and silver near 50. Bitcoin trades around 95,000. Equity futures are modestly higher to start the week and treasury yields are stable bonus charts. Our exchange-traded fund focus is SPY, which is trading slightly above 670 on the 1-minute chart. Price sits just below the Ichimoku cloud, and momentum is flat on the MACD. Traders will watch for a clean move above the cloud before trusting upside continuation. Nvidia approaches its earnings on Wednesday. The chart shows price testing the lower edge of the cloud with MACD attempting to stabilize. This week's guidance on artificial intelligence demand will be a key driver for the semiconductor sector. Palo Alto Networks also reports this week. The chart shows the stock testing resistance near the cloud with mixed momentum. The earnings call will shape sentiment in cybersecurity, which remains one of the strongest software themes. Game plan remain balanced through the heavy data flow. Technology earnings will set the tone and tariff announcements may continue shifting. Day-to-day sentiment, prioritize quality companies with strong visibility and be patient with entries as volatility may pick up midweek.
Thanks for watching. If you found this valuable, hit subscribe and share this with others. See you next time on Anna from Market Perspectives.